What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson, man, and why she's rejecting any type of advice that he is providing her. Now, Usain Bolt had some criticisms towards Sha'Carri and how she conducted herself. It was just mainly just a few words. Train more, talk less, right? Which you would think is him just being sort of the leader of track and a leader of track and field, a guy who's been the face of track and field, especially international track and field, in regards to the Olympics. He's sort of like the ambassador to it. He even said that, he actually liked the fact that Sha'Carri had a personality, right? But I guess further asking about it got him to say that. People probably asking him all the time, what do you think about Sha'Carri? What do you think about Sha'Carri? Because there's excitement in track and field once again, even though I do believe that Sha'Carri needs to stop losing races and focus on getting back to her form if she can. I mean, she's going to, Met Galas. Maybe she does not care as much. She's on that banquet. When you go on that banquet, once you go viral, she won the race and now she's everywhere. She's doing commercials, not commercials. She's doing a campaign ad with Kanye West. Now, Usain Bolt offered criticism to her and she is not taking it well. She's not taking it well. As a matter of fact, she used one of her, followers to respond to him. Let's get into it. This, according to the NY Post, says American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson appeared to fire back at the retired Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt for suggesting in an interview with the Post that she should focus on training over trash talking. Richardson took to her Instagram story on Sunday, according to the screen grab by the Shade Room, to repost a fan comment that read, "Everybody wants to give advice in the media, but none of them actually take the time to speak to her outside of the media. So I feel for her. Stop speaking on me when you don't even speak to me." The 21-year-old Richardson added her own words to the Post, writing, "Good humbling morning to y'all. And I could not have said it better." See, that is the problem. Sha'Carri is around a lot of enablers. She has a lot of enablers around her. And I think that could be her downfall if she doesn't understand this. Listen, I understand it when Sha'Carri is saying that people, instead of talking in the media, they need to speak to her privately. What do you mean, like through DMs? Do they have your number? Have you contacted them? I mean, they are speaking on you. Do you want an apology first? Like, what exactly are you seeking? They're asking him a question about you. He was giving an interview, right? He didn't belittle her. He didn't talk down to her. He gave her real advice. And a lot of women don't want real advice these days, I guess. Now, it may seem harsh. He's telling her to train more and talk less. But what's wrong with that? I mean, anybody that would care about Sha'Carri and her career would tell her that. Instead of beefing with people, focus on being the best you, because she's still competing. She's doing races. Even after the Olympics is over, there's still races going on that she's competing in. And she's losing badly. So if I was her, I would put the phone down and I would go work on being a better sprinter instead of trying to win social media arguments. Winning social media arguments will get you nowhere. It will get you losing. You will just become another influencer, and not anybody whose accomplishments on track and field will be ever remembered. Continuing. In a second slide, Richardson wrote, "Y'all haven't even heard the half of me," over a photo of herself smirking with her legs crossed. During his interview with the Post, Bolt said, "If you talking that big talk, you have to back it up." I mean, he's right. Usain Bolt is right. When you talk trash, you have to back it up, people. It's just like people, when they make proclamations, "I'm going to do this, I guarantee it," then they go out and they lose big. People are going to be quick to throw it in your face. And that's exactly what happens. Like, I remember when Sha'Carri did the hype video for her returning to track and field, right? This was recently. And then she went over there to Europe and lost badly. And people are making fun of her, right? And it wasn't even her fellow sprinters who really said anything. None of them really said anything to her. You know, they went about their business, really, for the most part. It was the people on Twitter. It was the people on Instagram that bothered Sha'Carri. You got to understand, Sha'Carri is a Gen Z. She was pretty much raised on social media. So she cares what they think. She cares the perception. So to her, it's more important to win social media back and forth to show that she's not afraid. She's not scared, right? She's not going to back down. But you're taken away from the fact that you could focus on making yourself the best American female sprinter ever, right? Making a name for yourself that way. That's how Usain Bolt made a name for himself. It wasn't about trash talking and going at people on social media. Because I would tell Sha'Carri to train harder and to be focused and not say too much. So just train hard and focus on that and try to come back, I guess, to it, and then talk about it. Said Bolt, an 8-time Olympic gold medalist. Richardson returned to the track in August at the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene following her Tokyo Olympics ban due to a failed test. After teasing her return in various social media posts, she finished last out of 9 runners in the 100 meters and withdrew from the 200 meters. Jamaica's Elaine Thompson, I guess it's Hurrah, won the race. Bolt, a lot of misspellings in this article. Come on, man. Bolt, a Jamaica native, also explained that Richardson's trash talking makes her vulnerable to rival Jamaican competitors. Jamaicans were vexed because she was talking a lot about them before the actual race. It is just one of those things, he said. Jamaicans don't like when people talk, I guess, shit to them talk about them. Talk about us. If he's talking about us, he means Jamaicans. Talk about Jamaicans because we are a very proud people. So if you talk about us, we're gonna want you to back it up. It definitely gave those women the extra push to win. Richardson rose to fame when she won the 100 in the same track in Oregon at the U.S. Olympic trials in June. It goes to show you that who was her competitors that she was racing against. He's basically saying that they were motivated to beat her. That's what Usain Bolt is saying. He's basically saying they wanted to beat her. She was talking all bad. She's gonna come back and she's gonna tear it up. Do y'all miss me yet? And then they're like, okay. So they just prepared. Like, oh, she's gonna be on her A game. We gotta work hard. She's gonna be prepared for us. We gotta make sure that we are ready. And when they got the chance to race her, they destroyed her. And she lost badly. All we saw was the blonde wig, the blonde hair. That's all we saw. That's all we saw, the blonde hair in the wind, man. That's all we saw her way in the back. I'm gonna make a bold prediction about Sha'Carri Richardson. I could be wrong. But in a few months to maybe less than a year's time, she's not even going to be in track and field anymore. I just have a feeling, because if you can't get yourself ready and prepared to race the best female racers in the world, you had time to prepare. You ask people, do they miss you yet? You're dropping hype videos, and then you just go and you just lose badly. That actually destroys a lot of competitors' mental. That it destroys them mentally when it comes to competition, man. To where they don't even want to compete no more. She dropped out of the 200 meters because she did not want to face her competition. They were too good. That's because they care. Track and field got them far in life. You know, Sha'Carri, growing up in America, a lot of these women in this country, man, they don't have that competitive edge. Yes, they have a competitive edge when it comes to maybe getting an education, but are they competing against anybody, or are they trying to reach a goal? But when it comes to competing, the women here in America don't like to compete, especially with other women in regards to relationships or even competitively. And listen, y'all gonna say, Jay, that's not true. I'm talking about the women who pull a Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm not talking about competitive American women like Allison Felix. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about women who get an opportunity to compete and they decide that they do not really want to compete like that. She dropped out of the 200 meters. I'm talking about women that have the opportunity to compete and they just, especially from here, and they don't compete. They cannot do it. They cannot do it. And what Usain Bolt is saying is that in his country, the women there, they care. They care about winning. They care about competing. They're motivated. Is Sha'Carri Richardson really motivated? She's at the Met Gala. Like, you know, I'd say in the less than a year's time, she's going to be an influencer, not a track and field star. So y'all understand in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Like the video and share it.